Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to the Question Reality Radio Show. I'm Priscilla Leona, producer and host of this show, and we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. For 13 years, we have been providing our audience with entertainment industry career advice. Now, this show is for you if you are questioning your career reality about pursuing a career in show business, or if you're already working in the entertainment industry and you just need some tips, advice, or resource information on how to elevate your career status. Now, guests on our show include, we have Emmy winners, Grammy Award winners, Tony Award winners. We have reality TV stars and just a wide variety of working show business professionals. And they include film, television, music, radio producers and directors. We have casting directors. We have literary agents, casting. Did I say casting agent? Oh, yeah, director and agents. Two different things. PR agents. We have talent managers. Let's see. We got screenwriters, publicists, actors, comedians, singers, novelists, script supervisors, stunt people. You know I love me a good stunt man. All right. We have celebrity makeup artists, entertainment attorneys. The list goes on and on and on. Basically, if you're in the entertainment industry, we want your advice for everyone out there who's also pursuing a career in your field. Now, if you missed any of our shows, here are the 3 ways that you can listen to any of our past shows. Number 1, download our free LA Talk Radio mobile app, obviously on the App Store, the Google Play Store. You wouldn't believe somebody said, well, where do I get that? Number 2, you can download our shows. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on iTunes, we're on Amazon Podcasts, Google, Audible.com, Stitcher.com. And number 3, we're on the archive page. So if you're listening to the show, you're already on the website. So you can just listen directly. Just go find my show, which is Question Reality, latalkradio.com. Look for the show title, and there you are. Let's see. Oh, I want to ask you guys a favor. Can we kindly ask that you please subscribe to our podcast via the Apple Podcast? And also, today everybody needs a little thumb. You need a little thumb. That's what it is. We need followers, and thumbs are just cascading all around the world. And we would love for you to subscribe and follow us. Now, I talk every week about how important branding is. When you're starting out in your career, you have to be consistent so that everyone can find you on Google and social media sites. So my branding is my name, Priscilla Leona. Question Reality, you can Google, you can just put Priscilla Leona or Google Question Reality. I'm at the top of the page. So, and that's because I kept it simple. So very important tip for you guys. Finally, if you want to be booked on our show or refer someone to be a guest to promote themselves, showcase their projects or products, and just help listeners by providing, I talk so fast. My mind works so fast. Providing sage advice, you have to go to our official website. Now, here's where you got to do a little switch and focus. Our official website is questionrealityradioshow.com, not the website that you're listening to us on now, which is obviously latalkradio.com. This is the website where we air the show. Again, go to questionrealityradioshow.com, and you can also see our annual guest schedule. You might want to go there and take a peek at who the upcoming guests are and check out their sites. So again, to submit, to be booked, you just click the contact link. Very simple. Name, email, title, website. That is it. Again, Question Reality Radio Show. All right. We are just seconds from the excitement. Oh, finally, everybody. Finally, how many years? I've been doing this show for 13 years. And what have I always said? I want to have a damn teen heartthrob on my radio show. Of course, I wanted Harry Styles. You know how obsessed I am with my Harry. You know that I love my teen heartthrobs being the old cougar that I am. But people, look, I am about to go to the dark arts to get Harry Styles on my show, right? But, you know, if I kick the bucket tomorrow, I can say that I actually did have a teen heartthrob on my show today. Woo! Yes, we have the dark, sultry, sexy guy from Down Under. Why do I feel like I'm about to intro the guys from Down Under, the strip guys from Australia? No, I am not. I was ready to go there. No, he is a very, very cool guy from Down Under. He lives in Melbourne, Australia. That's where he is now. The magic of the internet. His name is Dylan Jett. He is he's so many things. He is a singer, a songwriter, a rapper, an actor, a pianist. I bet I think he does martial arts. He is multi-hyphenated. I would love for you to go to his sites right now, if you wouldn't mind doing that. His website is dylanjett.com. That's DYLANJETT.com. He's on Facebook. He's following my tips. He doesn't even know me. And look, he's branded himself beautifully. Dylan Jett, the website. Facebook, Dylan Jett. Oh, with a G on there. Instagram, Dylan Jett G. YouTube, Dylan Jett. TikTok, Dylan Jett G. G is his last name, by the way. I think we may tell you what it is. We may not. We don't know. And also on Twitter at DylanJett_D. G. Brief bio, just real brief, because we want him to tell you all about himself. He is an 18-year-old. Now this is what I've been told, and I did see a picture of him. He is 18-year-old Melbourne, Australian teen heartthrob, and he has been releasing music independently, and he has been rocketing up the music charts from what I can see. In 2020, Dylan released 4 singles, including the songs Packing and Tokyo. I am interested in what that song Packing is about, but you know, I'm a little sexual pervert, so, 18 years old, I can't be talking to him about those things, but I want to know what that song's about. And Tokyo, which they have received rave reviews from both music critics and fans alike. And his next single, and let me tell you people, I was very fortunate to hear this song. It is hot. It is right up there. It is going to be I think it's probably going to be in the top 10, just maybe moments after it's released. It's called Break My Heart, and it's got that, that very cool style that's out today with the young guys. And I'm telling you, it's unfortunately, it's not going to be released until September the 18th. I would have loved to have debuted that on my show, but I didn't have that much luck. So again, it's Break My Heart, super hot hit, coming out on September the 18th. But don't worry, we're going to be playing one of Dylan's hit songs called Tokyo around 5:30. Real quick to note, Dylan is, as I said, he's multi-hyphenated, and as an actor, which was very exciting because everyone knows I'm a film and radio producer, I love Russell Crowe. And Dylan starred alongside Russell Crowe and Olga Kurylenko. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. I always wanted to look like Olga. And Jai Courtney. in the feature film The Water Diviner. And he also has appeared in Australian television shows, TV commercials, voiceovers, and a number of short films. And he recently, very exciting, I would imagine, he recently received a Film Festival Award for Best Actor in the adult category. Now, not adult films, people. Don't go there, you sickos. Adult category, Best Actor at a film festival, non-porno. And also he got an award for outstanding achievement in original music. And he is into so many things. He has an equal passion for music and acting. And basically Dylan Jett is taking, I think everyone would agree, I think he is taking the music and acting worlds by storm. You can get his music. It's available now, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon, and iTunes. And without further ado, let's hear this Australian teen heartthrob voice. Welcome to the show, Dylan Jett.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me.
That is a star name, Dylan Jett, right? That is it. Is that your whole name? Is it Dylan Jett and then whatever the G is that we don't know if you want to say?
My last name, it's Georgiadis. It's like it's a long Greek name, so I thought I'd just take it out.
Dylan Jett. Yeah, because I'm Priscilla Leona. Leona is my middle name. My last name, I'm like, nah, I'm not interested in you anymore.
Yeah.
I just like my first and second name. Oh my gosh. So real quick before Dylan, because I completely forgot this. My film is screening at the Mann's Chinese Theater. You're invited, everyone. It's this Saturday, I believe, August 28th, and it's called Civil Disobedience, and you can buy your tickets at danceswithfilms.com. So if you want to come and meet me, the cast and crew, we're going to do a Q&A. This is a fantastic film. So West Coast premiere. Okay, we're over that. All right, so Dylan, you're a self-taught, which I thought was fascinating because it's very hard for kids and teens to focus on learning an instrument. I mean, you got to have a lot of discipline, and you are self-taught in singing, and as a songwriter, I think you rap too, you're an actor, and at 18, a producer. It's just amazing. And what you've been doing, what needs to be done as a young person, which is to release your music independently, and you're rocketing up the music charts. Now, how did you release 4 singles in 2020? Had you made them like a long time ago and you just decided to release them in 2020, or did you just pump them out in 2020 and say, hey, let's go?
So it's honestly kind of a mixed bag. Every song is like, it's a different scenario, and the creative process is different. So some of them you'll be waiting on for like months, or you'll make something a long time ago and then you'll kind of sit on it and then eventually decide to release it. And then some things you make it and then you listen to it once or twice and you're like, yeah, this needs to go out. And you just schedule a date and you release it. So yeah, it's kind of been a mix.
Now let's talk about, because we're going to be playing Tokyo, what is your creation process? I mean, do you come up with the titles? What is your inspiration for writing a song? Where do you look for inspiration? Is it just, I broke up with my girlfriend or my boyfriend and now I got to write a song? Or do you see something in the street, or do you hear a story? I mean, I would imagine that's how all songs are done, but what was yours for Tokyo?
For Tokyo, usually for a lot of my songs, it's more, I want to connect it to something that's happening in my life, or it's rooted from something. But recently I've been exploring a bit more of my creativity and trying to find different sources of inspiration. Tokyo is honestly just a fun song. The idea just kind of came out of my head because I've always loved Tokyo, and that's like my dream to go to Tokyo. And it just, the images in my head of driving down that main strip with all the lights and stuff, that was kind of just, that's kind of just where it came from. And then I heard the beat, and then I just started writing on it.
So you are able to write a song called Tokyo. You haven't been to Tokyo yet, I'm assuming. How do you put it? Is it just is this, I've listened to it, I know what it's about, but just for those who haven't heard it yet, is it something where it's kind of a wish, I want to go to Tokyo, or is it about you experiencing stories, or how would you sell that song? Like, why would I go to YouTube to hear your Tokyo song?
It's not even about, the fact that it's about Tokyo and about everything that is in that song it's fun on its own. But honestly, I'd suggest going to the song just because it's a fun listen. I went out of my way to just enjoy myself throughout that whole process, and I feel like that resonates through the music. It's just a fun time.
That video, I tell you, I don't know who produced and directed that video, but it is of MTV quality. I was shocked. I mean, I know MTV didn't produce it, but that was really a very well done video. Can we give credit to who did that?
Yes, it was actually my manager, Nicholas Larson.
What? Nicholas?
Yeah.
I did not know that he was a music video director. He does everything too. He's a multi-hyphenate. Isn't he lovely?
Yeah. Oh, he's the best.
Oh my gosh. Well, I tell you, he did a fantastic job. I might be hiring him to do a music video for me. Packing. What is that about? I'm afraid to ask. What is that about?
It's not what you think it's about.
Oh, darn it. Okay, go ahead. What is it about?
It's a breakup song. It's about packing up my bags and leaving. Yeah, I knew what I was doing, though. I thought about it when I called it packing.
Well,
I knew what it kind of sounded like.
Oh, good.
I just thought people would hear that name and be like, "Oh, I've got to listen to this. What is this about?" And then you're like, "Oh, it's a breakup song, but it's all right. It's nice."
That's very important, right? Choosing titles for your songs is just it is so important to keep. There is a rule which I'm sure you know, being in the acting business, but to help guarantee the success of a film, screenwriters try to encompass the whole film in one word for their title. The most successful films of all time have one title to it the most. The only exception that I can think of is like Gone with the Wind, but Godzilla and Casablanca, and so you choosing one title, song titles, is that something that you decided to do, or is that something you knew because your parents are also in the entertainment industry? So I would imagine they gave you a lot of advice, right?
Yeah. I've definitely gotten so much advice and help from them along the way. But this, honestly, releasing music and stuff like this, it's not as much their domain. It's more me and Nico just kind of decided all the songs as well are capital letters, just Tokyo and packing. We just thought it was cool. And like you said, it's stick to as not as many words, and something that kind of just like a song, you want to create a catchy hook or a catchy melody. You want to create a catchy name that kind of just sticks with you.
That's right. And I love how you decided to keep it all in caps, because I was taking these classes a long time ago when the internet was new, and one of the guys, he was a Mensa guy, so he's like super smart. So he said, one of the things you want to do when you're sending out an email to promote yourself, he said, some people are going to like it, some people aren't, but put it in all caps because your email is going to stand out among all the other emails. Either they're going to go, who is this goofball that sent it in all caps, or they're going to go, oh, I want to see that one first. Because of course you got to choose great pop words, but that's a very smart thing to do, Dylan. That's really good. I hope you continue that. That could be your stick, that could be like your thing. That could be your branding. All your songs are always in capital letters. I think I'm going to get 10% commission from all your future. That's a great idea, right? All right, so you got this next song coming out, Break My Heart. Oh my gosh, I love this song. See, this is a song I would have on my playlist because I think we have similar taste. I like, the same type of music that you do, and I think this would definitely go on my playlist because I love it. It's kind of like a Lewis Capaldi type Ed Sheeran kind of vibe to me personally. And music has different things to different people, but it is on point. It is the genre which is hot and happening today. It is definitely going to be loved by the teens and young adults. I mean, I'm not a teen or a young adult and I love it, so I think it's going to span it's going to span the age groups. So tell me a little bit about Break My Heart, what it's about. Is this another breakup song? Is this in the packing category? It sounds like it, right? Tell me about it.
Yes. So a couple things going into this song. I wanted to kind of let the song flow, if that makes sense. Because as a contrast to Tokyo, little spoiler, in the second verse, there's like more of a raps and like I'm rapping it hard because I feel like as I'm new to the industry or relatively new, each release, I want it to be a bit different and kind of experiment with different sounds and see what lands and works. So for Break My Heart, I decided I want to let the song flow a bit better. So you hear me and I'm singing in it, but it's not as fast paced. I kind of like not even focusing as much on like what specifically I'm saying. It's more just the sound of it. So Break My Heart is about obviously someone or a person of interest breaking my heart, but the reality is I'm going to use that pain from the breakup to write a song about it and make some money off of the breakup. So
yeah.
It was kind of a pettiness to the breakup. But yeah.
And I always wondered this because artists obviously write breakup song. Taylor Swift is like the queen writing a breakup song about every boyfriend. But do you ever encounter the people that you've ended relationships with and say you were the person who broke up with them?
No, I would never tell them. I'm friends with
yeah.
With most of them. I wouldn't go and tell them.
You wouldn't do that. All right. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But I can't imagine being a teen heartthrob. Anybody's breaking up with you. Little do they know you're going to be getting a Grammy in a couple years. I don't know what's wrong with these chicks, man.
We'll see.
Now, as an actor, let's switch it back. As an actor, you starred alongside Russell Crowe. Oh my God, this man is so powerful for me. He's so intense and he seems so professional at the same time. And it's like, let's get to it. I don't want to play around. I don't know him, but I feel it. He's like that. And then Olga Kurylenko. Oh my gosh, this woman is so beautiful. Jai Courtney, do you know I was watching him way back? I don't even think you were born back then, but Jai Courtney used to star in a show called Spartacus. Do you remember that he was in that, or that's way? He was in this.
I have heard.
Yeah, he was fantastic. And when I saw him the first time, I said, he's going to be huge. He's going to be an A-list actor. I just knew it. So you were in the film The Water Diviner, and I want to know if there's anything you can tell me that, a funny story or something that you feel that you what like a fond memory about working with any of them. And most important question, what can you remember was a learning moment for you for your future acting career?
Okay. So we'll go to the fun memories first. There's so many. But overall, so how I got the role, it was just like a regular audition, like pretty much everything else I've ever done. And after our audition, he was like, "That was really good. Well, let's fly you to Sydney. You and your mum, let's go." And we got to go to his apartment in Sydney. And yeah, and I played Wii with his kids. I played Wii Sports with his
Stop
kids
it.
just on
What?
the first callback audition. It was crazy. And yeah, and then he was just like, "You're really cool. You got the part." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Um, it was an amazing experience.
What did you
Before,
learn
hmm?
from him? What did you learn from him? Like watching a senior actor. Could be anything.
Just the class to it. It's something you develop. It's how we can just switch so quickly from as soon as they say action is like it's a different person. And obviously, like as an actor, I can do that as well, but it's just something else with him. You can really tell he's been doing it for as long as he's been doing it.
Mm.
It's something you got to see in person. Yeah, and one of my other main memories was before we started shooting, he wanted a week for us to get to know each other because Olga Kurylenko was going to be my mother in the film.
Mm.
So we wanted everyone to get to know each other. So they flew us out to Sydney for a week, and it was literally just a week of I went horseback riding with Jai Courtney and Russell Crowe. Olga took me to it's the Sydney Zoo, and we also went to see it was like Madame Tussauds. It was one of them. It was literally just a week of all the actors getting to know each other and becoming friends. It was an amazing experience.
I love that because that's very, very important. I come from a theater background, and that is just so important that you really get to know your actors before
Yeah.
you actually are in a scene with them. That is something maybe when you decide to pursue acting full time, if you do, or whatever your plans are, that would be a great thing for you to continue, I would
Yeah.
imagine on your sets. That would, because that seems to be a great learning opportunity. Now
Yeah.
you what being okay, how did your title of teen heartthrob status begin? Like, who threw that and it stuck?
Um, I have no idea. It, it's
Uncomfortable, awkward moment, Dylan
I haven't
Jack.
even properly. I don't try to see it as
Yeah.
that. Like if someone calls me a teen heartthrob, sure, like I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Um, but honestly, I'm just out here trying to make music, and it's what I love, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying every minute of just the process. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
what would you, if there are other guys out there, like, I don't want to dwell too much on it, but there are other guys who say somebody wants to be the next Dylan Jett. What would you say? Like, you got to up your swagger game. You got to like dress a certain way. Is there any tips at all for someone who wants to follow in the Dylan Jett heartthrob stratosphere? What would you say?
I would honestly say, don't see it as you're trying to be the next Dylan Jett or the next anything. Try and be you. And if your dream is to be that sort, like fit into more of a teen heartthrob ideal, then I'd say just be who you are, and then whatever title lands on you, that's kind of just whatever people see you as. I think just stick to be who you are and be yourself.
Mm. Now, you obviously, we talked about you being a self-taught singer, songwriter, rapper, actor, producer. I guess the entertainment industry, as I said, came natural to you because I read that your family also worked or works in the entertainment industry. Are they the ones that really inspired you from when you were a child and encouraged you to pursue a showbiz career? Or did you just see, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think your mom's an opera singer, maybe? Did I read that?
So my parents actually aren't, they're in the industry. They're not actually in the acting industry. So my dad is a sound engineer. So he makes music for video games, casino machines, just all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my mum is a wedding singer. So, yes.
Who was that was an opera singer? Was that your grandmother?
I think my nonna, because Italian, my nonna did opera singing when she was young.
I knew I saw opera singer. I knew it. I remembered that. Okay. But they're still, in the entertainment industry per se. So there's music involved. Is that you were around and exposed to it? And being Italian, or are you Greek? Italian, right?
I'm half Greek, quarter Italian, quarter Aussie.
So
I just
obviously very, very entertainment type families because they're fun and there's always music and food and loving and dancing. So I would imagine that came naturally to you. So are your parents still fully, I would imagine they are, but they're fully supportive with your career and they're like, yes, go for it.
100%. Since I was very fortunate because my dad makes music for video games and poker machines, we actually have a studio in our house, like a full-on like fancy studio. So I've definitely had a lot of access to some great things. And he also has a bunch of like producing programs, and that's how I started to get into making beats and making music. And me and my brother is kind of, we naturally developed, singing because mum all the time was constantly singing, practicing for her gigs, and just growing up around such a musical environment. We just kind of fell into it.
Well, that is fantastic because back in the old days, Dylan, it was so expensive for aspiring singers and songwriters to get a song done. It literally would cost thousands and thousands. Now there's an app for everything. There's a program for everything. There's GarageBand. Yeah, anything that you want to make, there is no excuse for you not being able to do it right on your phone or right on your laptop. You can do it. YouTube is the perfect venue. How many people have been discovered with their songs on YouTube? God, the guy who's now the lead singer for the tribute band Journey, who's Filipino, he was noticed by Neil one night when he was just up snacking out and he saw, him singing on YouTube. So, you can do it. You can do it. And most of the people that are coming up, the young kids, they are being discovered on YouTube and various Spotify and Reverb Nation and stuff. So no excuse, people. No excuse. Now, we want to play your song because I don't want to forget it. Okay, so Tokyo, you briefly told us about it. It came out last year. How are you planning? Are you going, now that your song Break My Heart is coming out on September 18th, are you going to continue promoting that? I mean, is that what you do? Just keep promoting your past songs too?
We always do a bit of promotion for the past songs, but honestly, I'm still new to releasing really these singles like this with music videos as well. So it's kind of just dipping our feet in the water and kind of throwing stuff at the wall and see what lands.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? Being Italian.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall, 100%.
Throw a strand against the wall. All right, let's hear.
Something works.
Yeah, let's hear hear Dylan's song released last year. It is called Tokyo. And when we come back, we're going to talk to him more about how to make it in the music industry.
Hey. Hey, hey. Tokyo. Breathing until you find it. Yeah, yeah. That feeling that you've been chasing all night long. Looks can be deceiving. Yeah, yeah. Take it in, but it takes hold of you. Heartache, I'm feeling heartache. No, no. Can you feel it, yeah. Until you feel it, yeah. I'll take you down, down, down to Tokyo. And we'll go down, down, down to overdose Tokyo. Hey, Tokyo. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. We could go to Amiyoko. Drive it tonight, we got the vibe, I don't really know though. Take it to Canary Island, make you feel like a star. But baby, you keep remaining on the low, low. Oh no, I'm falling hard, there's something about your passion. The melody, your voice is so relaxing. If you try to hide, but you always stand out. We'll go to Tokyo if you're down. Can you feel it, yeah. Until you feel it, yeah. I'll take you down, down, down to Tokyo. And we'll go down, down, down to overdose Tokyo. Down, 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 down. Tokyo. Hey, hey, Tokyo. Down, 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 down. Tokyo. Heartache, I'm feeling all day, Tokyo. Yeah, now take it down, down to Tokyo. And we'll go down, down, down to overdose Tokyo. Down, 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 Tokyo. Down, down, yeah. Now take it down, down, down to Tokyo. And we'll go down, 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 down to Tokyo.
Woo! Oh my God. Okay, so I think you heard me earlier tell you how much I love Harry Styles. Obviously, first found out about him when he was in One Direction. So you've got that same kind of voice that I love. It is the whole One Direction
Thank you.
voice for me. Oh my gosh, it is, and it's just so modern and relevant, and like that's what the kids are sounding like today. I just love that song. Do you know, even though I have the MP3, you know, boy, I'm gonna spend $1.29, put that in my playlist. So I'm gonna give you that
Thank you.
$1.29. It's worth it. Oh my God, that's great. And listen, people, if you think that song is fantastic, wait till you hear Break My Heart. I am so excited, but I get to listen to it now. But you have to be on iTunes. Is it going to be released on the 18th? It's going to hit Spotify, iTunes, everywhere on the 18th. How are you presenting?
Everywhere.
Yeah?
It's 18th of September. It's going to be everywhere.
Well, are you doing a launch party, or did you already? You couldn't do one because the song didn't come out. What are you gonna do for like the day?
Honestly, we're not sure as of now because we might do like a mini live stream performance, but because of the current situation in Melbourne, Australia, we are currently in lockdown. So a music video and a big launch is still. It's still like as of now, we can't do it, but we have to see if restrictions ease, and then we'll be able to.
Suck? I mean, this is like your big, oh my gosh. So Dylan, you released those songs in the middle of the COVID pandemic, packing in Tokyo. So
Yeah.
you got to enjoy like the full excitement factor that musicians really got to enjoy prior to COVID. And that really is terrible. But I think that maybe in a couple years, why not revisit them again? Have like an official after COVID release. Why not? What the hell?
Yeah.
Wow.
But honestly, it's with like how I'm constantly writing music. I'm constantly in my room working on new stuff. Me and Nico are constantly figuring out new beats and what new stuff to create. And our producer Rob is constantly sending through new ideas that by the time that the pandemic is over, we'll have like 20 new songs ready to go. So it's just we're going too fast. So by the time I release by the time Break My Heart's released, we'll already have the next single finished.
Wow.
And it's kind of how we've been working. We already have the idea for the next single in the works right now.
Isn't that great? Well, enjoy this while you can. You're 18.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's so
Pump
good.
it out. I have to ask you, having a digital social media footprint is absolutely vital in promoting and maintaining and advancing your career in any field. What do you feel aspiring singers and songwriters and musicians and actors have to do to target their audience and promote themselves successfully via social media? And the reason I ask is, believe it or not, now you still have the excitement of doing it all, and being younger, it is naturally intrinsic to you to be able to promote it. But do you believe that there are a lot of artists who do not want to do that? That's not their skill set. That is not something that they feel comfortable doing. And you have to do it. When you are a musician or an actor, really, you are an entrepreneur, and you have to be the billing department, the sales department, the marketing department. You have to be it all. So how do you tell people to get with the program?
Well, like you said, a lot of people don't want to get into it because that's not really their field. It wasn't my field. And I'm still getting used to it. But from what I've been working on with stuff like Instagram, it's a bit more of a longer process, because you're slowly building up your followers, and that's a different field. But if you really want to get a big social media following quickly, or the quickest way possible, TikTok has been a very good source of opportunity for a lot of different people and a lot of artists, and growing your social media. And with that, the best advice I could give is consistency. It's all about, you have to consistently post. You can't just be, once every 3 days or randomly you got to be posting every day, new ideas around the same time. And eventually it's going to build up your following, or eventually something's going to land and it's going to get a lot of views. But it's also all about patience. It could take a while. I still haven't made a TikTok that's blown up yet, but it takes time. And
it does take time, exactly, because there's so many TikToks and everybody's TikToking now. So it's a larger field to try to navigate now. But again, it is imperative that you have this digital social media footprint, and you have to keep making videos. It's crazy, but you have to, even if it's not where you're going to be releasing a song on TikTok, because you have to let the people grow to love you. You got to build your fan base, right, Dylan? So even if you go, hey guys, it's Dylan here, I'm really hungry, I'm going out and I'm going to get a burger, I'm going to go get some ice cream. They want to know that shit, right?
And it doesn't have to be like all these bigger popular artists and celebrities. It doesn't have to be some fancy high budget anything. It's just you and a phone, and your creativity is going to create the best product possible. You don't need a higher budget for stuff like TikTok and Instagram. You can literally, just a piano or just any instrument, or even just your voice, because with TikTok, for example, they have duets, and you can duet other musicians and sing with them and stuff. It's anyone can do it if they keep with it and they're patient.
Yeah, I have not. I was wondering what the heck that duet is. I have no idea. I have to look and do some research, but I would think that a lot of times when I'm watching TikTok videos, I see celebrities, musicians who choose, I guess, a particular artist. They either do a great job or they butcher their song, and they'll, do the duet or some. I think it's the duet. I'm not sure, but one person's on one side and the other side. But even if you did that, you'd be keeping in communication with your fans and people.
Yeah.
These girls, they want to know who you are. They want to fall in love with you. They want to. There are guys on there's this one guy named William White on TikTok. Boy, now talk about drop dead gorgeous. My God, he's gorgeous, but he is not a singer. But yet, you know what he does? He plays the original artist's song in the background, and he will dance to it or do something funny, and that's what girls love. This guy's blowing up. He can't even sing. And he's just doing something to keep the girls interested. They just want to look at his green eyes, But that's the point of it, right, Dylan? Just keep communication with the fans. And I agree with you. TikTok is the way for the younger people, for sure. Now, what are you going to be doing with your acting career? Because obviously when you're making your songs, how do you, as a young person, you're going to have a ton of energy to do this, but how are you also actively pursuing your acting career? How do you prioritize, or what are your recommendations to prioritize?
Honestly, it's kind of just going with with my priority, because I'm not great with time management and organization. I'm still working on it. But for example, I've had quite a few like little jobs in acting, like a 2-episode part in a show and this and that. And I'm learning my lines in my spare time, and I'm going out and I'm doing those 2 days, and I'm going back, and maybe on the drive back from there, I'll think of a melody in my head, and then I'll start working on music. And then that night I'll go to the studio and start recording some stuff. It's and at the same time, I'm still in school, so I'm also managing that. But I don't know, if you love something enough, you'll always make time for it, and you'll always find time for it.
I think so. It comes down to what you're passionate about. So you start out in your teen heartthrob music career, but you gotta in life, you gotta have plan A, plan B, and plan C. So
yeah.
Plan A, you're a heartthrob musician, but you're doing your acting classes. So then, like Harry Styles, he's transitioning into an acting career, and he still does his music, but he's also doing modeling and this and that and that.
I'd give my advice. If you're looking to become a big actor, a big musician, or a big anything, don't make that your only plan. Because there's always, anything can happen in life. There's always a chance that stuff doesn't go. Obviously, put your cards on it, but don't. I'm going to school, and if I'm still working hard on becoming big on music and acting and stuff, but my future career, if not, is going into music teaching and acting teaching and starting an acting and music school and stuff like that.
Very, very good. Wow, I really respect that. I got to give you props on that, because you are already thinking about your plan B and your plan C, and they're realistic.
Yeah.
They're realistic.
And I'm happy, because whether I'm rich and famous or not, either way, I'm going to be doing what I love. So I'm just going with the motions and seeing what happens. And yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, people, so you've heard him. You get an idea of what he's like. Go to TikTok and look at his TikTok videos. Now you're going to have to make some more TikTok videos. You're going to have to amp it up now. I'm sending everybody to your TikTok videos. Okay, so today we interviewed Dylan Jett. Please go to his website, which is dylanjett.com. Please join him on, follow him on Facebook, Dylan Jett G, Instagram, Dylan Jett G, YouTube, Dylan Jett, Twitter, Dylan Jett G. Just Google it. Dylan has followed the most important thing, and he has branded himself, and he's all right. You can tell this guy is like totally hooked up in the smarts department and the looks department. He's got it all. Dylan, you are going to blow up. You and Louis Capaldi are going to be hanging out, or Ed Sheeran, or whoever the hell you want to hang out with. You're going to be getting a Grammy. I know it. Everybody else knows it. So you go work on your TikTok videos, sweetie. And please thank you, and thank Nicholas, Mr. Nicholas. Oh, by the way, I wanted to give props to him. You are repped by Nicholas Larson Billett, CEO of Midas Music, and the website MidasMusicInc.com. We thank you so much for coming on the show today. Now, I want you to give a special shout out to all your fans.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everyone, and to everyone who's been supporting me throughout my music and acting career. And thank you guys so much. Without you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
That's right. And September the 18th, we don't know if Dylan Jett's going to do a launch, but maybe you're going to do something on your website. I don't know what to tell you.
Either way, there'll be new music.
Yeah. So whatever he's going to do, just go to his website, follow him, and I'm sure he'll be posting what's happening with the song coming out September 18th. Yes. Break My Heart. Please give Dylan your $1.29. It's worth it. He's worth it. I mean, we gotta keep him sexy, y'all. All right. Thank you, Dylan. Have a wonderful career,
so
darling.
Much for having
we'll
me.
see you next week on Question Reality. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona, right here on LA Talk Radio.